Battle report. The 7th Panzer Division is attempting to approach and secure the Hof corridor. They ran into both our U.S. forces as well as our West German forces. They've suffered significant casualties up here along this water crossing point due to this M1 Abrams and several Panzer Grenadier platoons that are holding this corridor or this water crossing point. They are attempting to push several T-55 platoons in a southerly route in an attempt to secure this 1500 victory hex. However, they are running into ATGMs. They also have an HQ unit which is looking to be pulled back, but ideally that's a VIP target, and we really want to destroy that unit, so hopefully we can get that destroyed in this next turn. We do have an M1 Abrams platoon further holding down this southern route, and unfortunately he doesn't really have line of sight into this corridor. So if we right click this unit and go into show, we can see like what he's spottable from. This is what he can spot, so he's definitely done a lot of work over here in this northwest, and he's going to basically destroy any T-55s over there on that western flank. However, what he can actually see is completely different, which is completely unfortunate and kind of ruins my day a little bit because he can only see that unit over there. However, this unit right here, this M3A1 Bradley, can basically launch tow missiles, although these 3 units are basically at its maximum range right now of 3,700 meters, well 3,750. So if he does spot them, he can still hit them. Once this T-55 platoon moves forward a bit or more to the east, they're basically going to be shredded. Basically Swiss cheese. Anyway, all these 2 platoons right here, this one is going to, he's kind of in a vulnerable position, but he does have cover with some houses right there, but these 2 units I'm not super concerned about because they're fairly weak at this moment in time. As you see, 1, 5, and I think that M3A1, that platoon can handle itself. And I've also backed him up a little bit with this M3A1 Bradley platoon, and I'm attempting to move units to secure this hex right here. I don't know if I want to do that. I may delete that here in a moment. As you see, these units right here, this platoon of tanks, Abrams, and ATGMs, Panzer Grenadiers, are going to shred these IFBs as soon as they conduct this water crossing and attempt to cross that bridge right there. All right, that's just a brief introduction of how it's all going to play out. Basically, this fight's almost over with, so you get to see the climax and see how it's all been handled. We've only lost 3 vehicles, well, 3 IFBs and 1 reconnaissance. So overall, 3 have fallen out. Only 1's been destroyed in this whole fight. However, this area is kind of looking a bit sticky right now. And we come over here, we can take a look at our operations. Actually, I wanted our scenario information. I apologize about that. Scenario information. And our victory status is currently at 98%. We hold 4,000 of the victory points, so 98% versus their 2%, and they only have 135, and their current strength is at 36%, and ours is at 96%. So basically, this has been a complete killing field. Everyone's died, and it's been a good time. So let's see how this concludes. Game resolution, 24 minutes. Let's see. Like I said, outstanding. All right, they still continue to push. ATGM launch. We're going to stop those T-55s over there on that western flank. Like I said, and then we're going to begin engaging those infantry fighting vehicles, which is going to be quite easy. All right, our Panzer Grenadier, our HQ units pulling back a little bit. We have more artillery falling, tanks engaging. Going to shred those IFBs. Outstanding. Just destroyed 2 right there, and probably knocked 1 out. Alright, oh, they're returning fire. Let's take ATGM launch to see what we get. Nope, basically destroyed. They've dismounted up there. Alright, they've stopped and they've dismounted, so they're no longer in their IFBs. And now they're just sitting ducks. We're just going to shred them. More ATGMs, more tank rounds. That went from 27 to what, like 9? That's basically done right now. Alright, that infantry fighting vehicle is taking casualties as well. More tank rounds over there on that IFV. Alright, they're already retreating. Ooh, look at that. Is that some artillery falling on our position finally? 2 Marauders destroyed. Oh, no. Alright. Panzer Grenadier destroyed. We lost 1 team. There's some close combat going on right now. We're going to proceed. And that is the battle. Alright. High Command intervention. We knew that was going to happen. We have a decisive victory. Basically, what's going on is we could fight this all the way to 0, but there's no real reason to do that. I mean, these forces are just going to get completely mauled and shredded by all these ATGMs right here. This T-55 force will get interdicted by these ATGMs, ATGMs, ATGMs. And I wish I could make this go away. Let's take a quick little look. All right, NATO objective 500 VP. We have all of them. Warsaw Pact. Basically, everyone's been absolutely destroyed. Let's end this battle. The enemy has suffered losses and withdrawals exceeding 70% and is reorganizing on the battlefield. All right, we knew that was going to happen, so let's hit proceed. And just like that, we lost 3% of our forces right there. We went from 96 down to 93. They lost 5% right there, right? They continue to assault us. We have a very decisive win. We hold all VPs, and they actually got 3%. So overall adjustment was by 1% in just that one turn. Butcher's Bill, here we go. Ooh, I like how they call it the Butcher's Bill. So they lost basically all their tanks. So let's just take a quick look at this battle report right here. So the state of the 10th Army, Armored Carrier, lost 5. Panzer Brigade, here we go. So here's our East German forces. They are running air defense, Armored Carrier from 60 to 31. Reconnaissance from 20 to 8. Tanks, yes, tanks. 95 to 23, 50 to 22. So 50 falling out. So if they can resecure those, they can secure them, fix them, get them back on the battlefield. 22 are never going to return to the battlefield. So, I mean, they need to secure the Hof corridor, so they need to push us back a few kilometers. Started with 4 infantry support, running 1, 2 destroyed, recon vehicles destroyed, recon units. Basically, they started with 55 BMPs. So what happened was they sent their tanks first, and then they followed up with infantry fighting vehicles. So they ran basically into our ATGMs. They suffered significant losses throughout this fight, mostly because their T-72s and T-55s were running the screen for them, their main fighting force. And as you see, they started with 64. They have 23 left. They have 0 T-72s left. And we shredded the T-72s right off the bat because those are the first things coming across the bridge. And our M1 Abrams and Bradleys and all kinds of ATGMs just destroyed them very, very easily. Here's our final report. Here's a scenario description. But man, I think we did really, really good right there. And this is the actual map of everything. So if we zoom out, for our small fighting force, the amount of casualties we inflicted is significant. I mean, we basically neutralized this whole 7th Panzer Division. All they have is infantry fighting vehicles and maybe a platoon of T-55s and T-55s right here. And then looks like some HQ units further back. And these are just basically dead already. I mean, they're going to run into this tank. I mean, he's low on ammo. What is he at? 11%. I mean, even with that 11%, he's going to shred at least one of those platoons, no problem. And then we still have a whole M1 Abrams platoon sitting right here just waiting. And there's not even like a significant force right here, right? So if we look at this northern part of the map, this M1 Abrams can just be diverted down over here and just shred any of this. So there's like basically nothing left for us to fight. What is this guy right here? Veteran Overwatch role, useless. He's an artillery, so we were counter battering this whole time. And he never even really he was finally getting his artillery into range to hit us. Where's our artillery? And here's ours. We're at like 60, so he had to get a lot closer than we did. And I'm kind of bummed that he came up so late. So the AI really tried to push their advantage really early on and just got absolutely shredded. I mean, they never had their artillery on deck. They basically are just now arriving. And then their tanks were they just went in tank heavy and they all just got destroyed.